If you got a stupid dude and he an idiot from the get-go and you have a kid with him, don't put these expectations that, oh, he's going to be a great father.
So aggressive. Jeez.
I'm a true speaker.
I think that men don't really realize what women go through when they have babies.
All right, well, that is crazy. I got to get out, man.
Right.
I can't just be 24/7 work, wife, kid. I can't do that. Can't nobody. Welcome back to another episode of the She Say, He Say podcast. As always, I'm here with my sister, Brandy Banks.
Hi, guys.
And we got another good one for y'all today. But before we get into that, as always, y'all already know what it is. It's the internet, man. It's 2023, so y'all like, subscribe, send this to your friends, man. It helps us out. It's free to y'all. Just do it, all right? Like Nike say.
Appreciate you.
But like I said, we got a good one for today. We got a good one for y'all today. And the topic is... I don't know. Like I feel some type of way about it. I feel like you might. Hopefully, you feel some type of way about it. But basically, it was a young lady dating this dude, and they got pregnant. I mean, that's how life works, right? They got pregnant, and after they got pregnant, when the baby came, dude kind of changed a little bit. They start, butting heads, and apparently that happens a lot. And I don't necessarily know why. I mean, I know why. But I want to know why women think
you know why.
Oh, no, I know why. As y'all already know, I be knowing why. But I'm going to get your opinion on that first. You know what I'm saying? We did talk about before, you know what I'm saying, you was the single mom, so you didn't really have to deal with that.
Well, no. I mean, I dealt with it for a little bit, and then we kind of broke up.
So why you think that is, though?
Afterwards. Because, as we should as mothers, when we're, having these babies and, your partner feels like, okay, I got her all to myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can do things, we can hang out, whatever, even when you're pregnant, it's just you and him. It's no one else. Now you have this child, this baby who has to depend solely on someone, whether it be both or one of the parents. Somebody has to be responsible enough to take care of this baby.
Right.
So a lot of times it's the mom, right? A lot of times the mom is the caregiver. The mom is the one that's up in the morning doing this, doing that. So you have to imagine having a infant, and that infant is waking up every 2 hours. And this mom is, whether, you're breastfeeding or you're just bottle feeding, you have to feed this baby. So there's really, your whole effort really goes into this baby or this child.
Got you.
And so men tend to feel like there's no interaction. They kind of get a little jealous. There's no interaction. It's like, oh, well, we used to do this or that or whatever. We don't do that no more. Every time I turn around, you tired or you sleeping or whatever. And some men are great. Some men come in.
When you say interaction, are you talking about that type of interaction?
Both. Whether it be just they're used to going out and going to dinner together or being able to go to the beach or whatever. Now they can't just pick up and go. And sometimes the sex drive is different for women, right? Women go through a lot of emotional roller coasters, hormones, things like that. There's postpartum that is real when having children. So, it's like we go through these things and men don't really understand it. And some women can't explain it. Like some women don't even know they're going through postpartum until they go to a doctor. And a doctor says, hey, that sounds like postpartum. So it's like everybody's on edge because it has totally changed everything. I know, and even now for dating, right? And for dating for me, it's hard because, well, it used to be hard. It ain't hard no more because my kids are almost grown. One is grown and one is almost there. But it used to be like, no, I can't do certain things because I don't have a babysitter. No, I can't do certain things because I have to be here. I can't just pick up during the week.
Well, hold on. I feel like, no, I'm talking about the guy is there.
So if he's there, then that also, it's the same thing. It's like I need to, I know for me as a mom, I put a lot of energy and effort into my kids, making sure that they were okay, making sure they had everything. Like, it was work, it was kids, And then whatever energy, if I had any, that was left for you as the partner. And I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that it's wrong. But that's where we tend to go.
But if the partner was there, you should be exerting less energy in the first place. You should have more energy.
But some men, I mean, yeah, like you get dad. I mean, dad couldn't do my hair. Dad didn't, bathe us.
He could do it.
Mom bathed us. Mom made sure we were ready to go every single day. Dad helped.
All right, well, let's speak to both sides then. I feel like as men, we need to understand. We don't have to necessarily understand it, what all a woman goes through, but we need to be aware that they going through something.
Or sensitive to it.
Yeah, that's a better word. Sensitive to it. All right, but to women, y'all already know how I feel. I love women, but y'all already know.
Oh my gosh.
I can't call y'all crazy at this point because you just had a kid. No, I get that. But what I'm saying is, what I think the sole issue is, women are like this. Y'all be like, all right, I got this dude. Now we having a baby. Now it's just me, him, and the baby. Right? Now you create these expectations in your head about what it's gonna look like. How much time I'm gonna spend with the baby? How much time he gonna be home? How much time whether you want to or not, your life changes on both ends.
Right.
Her life changes, his life changes.
Right.
Right? Whether the man is there or not, a man that's in the house, take care of the baby and all that, the woman is still going to spend more time with their child than he is.
Right.
I say that's fair. Me personally, I'm going to try to change that. I'm going to try to, be there, like swim with my kid. But it's probably going to end up that the woman's going to spend more time. But I feel like these expectations y'all create in y'all head, y'all created them in your head instead of sitting down and having a conversation of what this is going to look like afterwards.
Hold on. No, time out. It is not expectations in your head. It is real life. Like, having a child doesn't come with a handbook. So I can't tell you what it's going to look like.
I understand that. But what I'm talking about is, at the end of the day, everybody know, guys, boys will be boys, right? We need to go out every once in a while. We need to kick it, with the homies or whatever. All right, I had a kid. All right, I'm there. But every once in a while, just like you, I got to get out, man.
Right.
I can't just be 24/7 work, wife, kid. I can't do that.
But
can't nobody do that.
But I think also the dynamic in the home changes sometimes between a man and a woman when a baby is born, because it's a lot of stress. Like, yes, the husband can come in and change a pamper here and there. A husband can, hey babe, hold the baby while I go cook dinner.
See what you said?
Hold the baby while I go wash dishes.
Wait,
but we're constantly.
Why are you the only one doing that?
I'm not saying that he won't do it. I'm just saying 9 times out of 10, unless you have like, and those things can be expressed.
I feel like you should, unless you have a what?
I mean, I'm not a cooker, so I would see, my future husband in the kitchen cooking, and I have the baby. But it is still stressful.
But then you still gonna complain that you with the baby all the time, but you can't cook.
I'm not I didn't complain about it. I don't complain about it. I just think the dynamic changes. I think that men don't really realize what women go through when they have babies, whether it is a physical thing, whether it is attending to that baby, or whether it's just like, okay, because I know for me, I think y'all know this, like, I was afraid for somebody to watch my son when he was first born. You know what I'm saying? 22 years ago, Grandma Banks, our grandmother, she kept him. Because I was like, nobody is going to keep my child but my mother and my grandmother. Like, it limited my babysitting, options. But no, I can't go out with you tonight because I don't have a babysitter. My mother or my grandmother's not there. Yeah, that's my bad because, no, it's not. Because I don't regret that. I was very particular about who was around my kids. I mean, that's just what it is. And so I limited those options, but at the same time, it's a physical change. Some women don't feel as though that they're pretty anymore. I know for me, I gained weight. Now, I snapped back after the first one, but the second one, it was a little harder to get back to my original size. And then, rest in heaven to my last baby. But I never lost that baby weight. My body went through so much trauma, and I didn't even I pushed out a child, but he passed. You know what I'm saying? So my body went through changes, and I was married at the time. My body went through changes. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know how to express myself to him. I felt like he should have just got it because he was right there with me. But that's not how it works.
Exactly.
So for me, it was like to talk about it. I would cry all the time. I was in my feelings. I think, depression started to play a role. Like, it was a lot. And I think that we go through that and we don't realize how much women's bodies changes going through childbirth, going through menstrual cycles. Shoot. You know what I mean? I am not the same when I'm on. Period.
I got that down pat. I figured that out.
But I'm just saying, I just feel like men don't really see it for what it actually does to us. Let's just say you got a woman who has a C-section. She is down for weeks.
Well, yeah, but don't be an idiot. I'm not saying. I'm not talking.
Wait. You mean the man don't be an idiot?
Yeah.
I mean, but some men don't get it.
But that's an idiot. Like you.
A dad sometimes still don't get it. Mom's frustrated at times, even to this day, because she doesn't express it. Now, I will say that I know I am. I am one to hold it in and think you're supposed to figure it out.
That's just.
It is.
What is that? You want to say it for me?
No, I'm not.
You want to say it for everybody, man?
No, I'm not.
Women on what?
No.
Well, that is crazy.
No, I mean, we just feel like you see me in here, like, you see me in here doing this. You could be coming in here to help me, but you don't. And so now I have to say it, but see, I don't want to say it because now I'm frustrated, which means I'm angry, and I don't want to come off as, whatever. But then I need to find time to have a conversation, like even on a date night. You know what I mean? I said to myself, like, when I get married or whatever, like, I want to make sure that we have a date night. Now, I don't plan to have any more children. That's out. But I want to have date night on a monthly, every 2 weeks kind of thing, just so we can reconnect and so I can have those conversations with him. I mean, we don't have to be out. We could just have, to ourselves, but it needs to be communicated. But I feel like, again, men see it where it's like, oh, it's not going to change. It does. Having a child, especially in the home, it changes everything.
I think that I don't have no kids, so I'm speaking. I could be talking reckless right now, but I think it changes everything because I want to say we let it, but I know that we don't. That you don't have a choice.
You have a choice.
But I feel like if you understand that, all right, you got a kid, the kid's gonna be solely dependent on us. You got to have a conversation, man. I feel like, just like you said, a lot of women, just like a lot of men, you say a lot of men don't get it. They don't understand. They don't do this. A lot of women don't express themselves.
Right.
And men work off of, we're logical people. If you say something, we're going to fix it. If you don't say nothing, how we know to fix it? Yeah, some stuff is obvious. If you carrying something heavy, dang, all right, I got you, cuz. You know what I'm saying? You should have said something earlier.
But some women don't know that. Some women don't know they're going through postpartum. Some women don't.
I ain't saying nothing about postpartum. I don't even know.
But a lot of times that's what it is in the beginning.
You
like,
got.
I didn't find myself attractive after I had a baby. I mean, and I know that there are other women that feel like that. I did not find myself attractive at all.
I feel like that's partly his fault. If a woman don't find herself attractive and you got a dude,
I don't care if you did tell me I was beautiful. My body felt like it was a sagging balloon after, like, immediately after having the baby. Now, after,
it probably was right after you had a baby.
Well, yes. So it's not cute. It's not comfortable. I'm not comfortable in this.
You just had a baby.
But it's my first baby. I don't know what to expect. I didn't know this was coming. So now it's just like, oh my gosh, like, I have to keep breastfeeding. So my breasts are like huge and it's going crazy. Like, and then I got him over here. So it's like, oh, I hope he doesn't look at me in a different way or a different light. Because I look at myself in a different light. What I'm saying is we don't know. Like, sometimes it's just hormonal. Like, we don't know. I know I didn't. I can't speak for all women. I know I didn't. When my first child, I had no clue what to expect. I had no clue of what, my body was going to do. I had no clue of how I was going to feel afterwards. You know what I mean?
But you got to talk about it at the end of the day. Like, yeah, I feel like not enough people talk about what's going on, and then at the end, you get angry. And I'm like, bro, I didn't know.
That's true. And some men I've talked to on things like this, they're guilty. Like, it's like they don't want to say anything. Like, they could see it. Where it's like, yo, we don't go out no more. We not having sex no more. We not doing nothing.
The men.
But, yeah. But they don't want to say nothing because they feel guilty. Because it's like, but she, you know, she's a hell of a mother. You know what I'm saying?
You got to say something.
But a lot of them don't, because it's like she's putting all the energy into your seed, into your child.
All right, well, now I'm speaking to men. You gotta understand that. All right, she putting all this time and effort. Well, how can I lighten her load so she has a little more energy? How am I ask somebody to do something? She putting all the energy into something that I can be helping her do, and then I want her to do more for me just so I can get off. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna twist this around real quick, and you tell me.
All right.
Because I'm just telling you from experience.
All right.
Okay.
I'm telling you the truth now.
Yeah. Okay. So back in the day when Christian was born, and y'all used to watch him for, you know, whatever, he would be at the house. I ain't trusting you to change his pamper. I'm trusting mom. So for me, sometimes or his father used to come over. You know what I mean? And that's a whole nother story. But his father used to come over, and he was just oblivious to everything. So for me, it was just like, no, I got this. Like, don't even do it. You know what I'm saying?
What is the question?
Like, I wouldn't allow him to do things because I was the mom and I was protective of this child. So I didn't relinquish all my rights to this man.
So what you're saying is, let's go back to the root of the problem.
No,
you chose wrong. Like, choose a better guy. Like, where was the vetting process there? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you knew, all right, so now, if you knew women that you dating a dude that's probably not gonna be a good father because he probably wasn't a good boyfriend, what you expect? I think, like I say, something I learn in therapy all the time is expectations. If you put expectations on something, that's when you get let down.
Yeah, but I mean, I was young. I wasn't thinking about that. And he was a good...
That's why we here. That's why we here. You know, it might be some young people out there. It's all about expectations, people. If you got a stupid dude and he an idiot from the get-go and you have a kid with him, don't put these expectations that, he's going to be a great father.
Well, yeah. I mean, and I agree. I think that we have to have the conversations. Like, so many people are afraid to have conversations. Like, mom and dad both said to me that dating was the vetting process. Dating was the conversation.
Right.
So what does having children look like? How are we going? What does raising these kids look like? Dad knew he wanted, you know, he wanted boys. And mom was like, okay, you know, but if I have a girl, then what? Well, we're going to keep going till we have a boy. He wanted a son. She was okay with that. She wanted the boys to be, you know, all of us play sports, but he wanted us to be, you know, well-rounded in sports. He wanted us to live in the suburbs. They talked about these certain things constantly. Mm. You know what I'm saying? So I think we got away from that. I think we get into like these relationships and our heart flutters and it's like, okay, well, you know, time to do what we do. And now we have a baby and no conversation's been had. You don't even know how he is around kids. You don't even know what he looks like around his family. You know what I'm saying? Like, dating right now, for me...
is a mess.
No. Well, it is a mess. I mean, single. Now single. But...
you sounded kind of proud about that, y'all. I'm just saying.
I mean, hey, it is what it is.
I feel you toasted that, homie.
We'll get on it. We'll get on that topic a little later. But, you know, dating for me now, the guys that I look at are like, wow, like, you know... your kid's in college, you got another one in high school, like, you know, you doing this, that, and the third, like, you seem to be a great mother, and that's what they go with. Back then, it wasn't about that. It wasn't about how you did in school, what you look like around your family. Older. That's what I'm saying. So a lot of these young girls young mothers, that's not what they going off of. They just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I feel good in the moment. It happened. I got pregnant, whatever. Some of them do vet. You know, we can't say that all of them don't. But I didn't think about that when I had Christian or when I had Dallas. I didn't think about those things. You know what I mean? It just, that wasn't what was on my mind at the time.
Stop being so fast then.
True. First of all, I wasn't fast.
Listen, you know.
I wasn't fast.
When ain't nobody even asked a question and you go and answer it, That means you're guilty, man.
Whatever.
Don't be asking
That is
questions.
not true.
Answering questions I ain't even asked you.
That is not
I did not
true.
say you was fast. I just threw it out there. Stop being so fast. And you're going to say I wasn't fast. You know what that means? You was
Yeah, I
fast.
was fast. I mean, I was fast where it was like I did not vet that person. I did not see the red flags. I did not make it make sense. I was trying to put together.
You was in love. I mean,
Yeah.
my last girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? Physically, it was everything I could ever wanted. It was exactly what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, it was some things it was some red flags. Whatever. She was an athlete. She did whatever, jiu-jitsu or whatever. So we understood. We would go run. We go work out. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good to go. But the red flags that showed themselves, I kind of like, you know what I'm saying, just put it down. And then we be all right. We'll work on that.
All right.
But red flags are red flags. What they say, if somebody show you who they are,
Believe them the first time.
So, I mean, you could say something, and I feel like you should say something and see if it changed. Maybe they had a bad day or whatever. But at the end of the day, man, you gotta believe them.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that
Especially when you talking about having a kid. See, most of y'all out there, y'all just nasty. Y'all just out there accidentally having kids.
okay, first of all, excuse you.
What?
What you mean is nasty?
That's nasty. You don't even know that person well enough to think that you. There it is. You don't know the person well enough to know if you want to have a kid with them, but you out there having unprotected
But
sex
that's
with
not
them.
nasty. That's just a bad choice of judgment.
That's nasty.
That's
because
the bad choice of
you
judgment.
don't know what's going on out
That's
here.
so rude. Don't say it's nasty.
Why? What?
Because that's not nasty. It is just a bad choice of judgment. And
Why is
for
not nasty?
for all women who have done that, please believe there is light at the end of that tunnel. I do not think that because you're not with the father, it happened that way or whatever.
Oh, I ain't saying nothing about that.
I'm just saying, don't say it's nasty.
No, but you nasty. I ain't saying nothing. You can be nasty and have a kid, and I'm not saying you gotta feel bad because you're not with the father. I'm not saying you nasty. I'm not saying you're a nasty
I know what
person.
you're saying. You're saying the nasty in the act.
Yeah,
Of
'cause
just like
they could be
randomly-
dirty, man. They could be out there.
So at the end of the day, men are disgusting because
Why we just can't be nasty? Why we gotta be?
Because y'all can hit it and quit it and don't have no second thoughts about nothing.
Everybody nasty. Yeah.
Oh my God. Now everybody's nasty.
I wasn't saying women, and I wasn't just saying that to women. I was just
Well,
saying.
you need to clear that up because even if you did,
I feel like it was clear.
don't act like nobody's ever had a one night stand. Like, come on, don't do that.
You can have a one night stand. You can wrap it up though.
Oh, yeah, you can wrap it up, but things happen. Things happen.
You was irresponsible
How you irresponsible?
because you ain't have a rubber.
What that mean? I
You
can go
didn't have a-
technical. You could be on birth control. The IUD can break the rubber. Some wires do that. I know that to happen.
If it break, it's over. Sorry, we're gonna have to reconvene tomorrow. Oh my God. I mean,
But you don't know it did.
come on, bro. You don't know it did. He know it did.
Well,
What's the difference?
Listen, okay, whatever. I digress because now I'm speechless. But at the end of the day,
Don't be nasty.
have conversations and keep you're going to have to keep the fire going because a man really doesn't know what you're going through in that moment. So sometimes you got to bite the bullet. You know what I'm saying? Even when you don't feel like going out, go out and give him that moment. You know what I'm saying? I say that now, but back then, no, I wasn't like that. It was just like, yo, I'm so tired. I'm so exhausted.
So would
I went
you
on
give him the moment?
I would now. Knowing what I know now, yeah. But I remember being married and I was pregnant. And we went to Ocean City. Now I didn't know nobody knew we were pregnant. I went to Ocean City and I slept the whole time. And he was pissed. Like, what is going on? I paid all this money to come down because Ocean City is not cheap when you staying in the hotels or whatever and then dinner. Stuff like that. We had went for like a quick getaway weekend and I slept the entire time. I was exhausted and he was so angry. I didn't know what was going on. Whole time, I'm pregnant. But nobody knew. It's not like it wasn't like it was on the radar. But he was just like, I wanted to come down. I wanted to spend this time with you. And you doing exactly what you do at home. You sleeping. You eat, you sleep. There's nothing left for me.
So,
And to be
so you
honest,
gotta
that
be-
was my red flag, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning of my marriage, where it was like, he was pissed.
So you supposed to, as a dude, you supposed to be like, well, nah, though. What? You got to do better first.
How was I supposed to know?
I'm talking about if that's what you do at home. You wasn't pregnant all this time.
I was pregnant at home.
But he said that's what you do at home.
But I ain't gonna lie to you. I get up in the morning. Mind you, I have to get up way before anybody else does because I have to get up, get dressed, make sure I'm good. Then I had to wake the kids up. Now, this is when the kids were little. Wake the kids up. So I'm up way before I'm supposed to be to go to work. I get the kids, everybody's dressed. I'm dropping kids off to school, making sure everybody has their stuff.
All right.
Now I'm 8 hours in at work. Now, mind you, he's gone. He done went to work. No care in the world.
Okay.
That's now it's all on me.
Right. So at that point, as a dude, now speaking to the dudes again. See, I don't just be talking about women. As a dude, you gotta. I feel like as dudes, we think about not we, because I'm past that. But a lot of dudes think of most dudes. I was included a while ago, but we think about what we want.
Right.
Oh, she had a kid, but I'm, you know what I'm saying? What's up? Like at night, what's you know? That's what we want instead of having that thought process or that empathy and thinking about what she might be going through. So for me, if we went to Ocean City, all right, I paid for it, whatever, and you just sleeping, I know that's not what you want to do. So it's something going on. So we need to have a conversation. So me personally, I'm gonna go and be like, hey, listen here, man, like what's going on? I would have probably Googled, hey, my lady's sleeping all the time. What that mean?
Right. Or I mean, but even now, like when we go out, when we go to family functions and stuff like that, I tell you all, and then you be like, what's up? You trying to go out tonight? Sure. But I'm going to take me a nap. Because I'm tired. I've been up all day with them. I've been up all day working. I've been cleaning, cooking, doing all of this stuff. I'm
You
tired.
can take your vitamins or something.
I take my vitamins. I'm just saying. But we're tired. So when, let's say we do get to a place, and let's say I'm not pregnant, and we get to a place, and it's like peace and quiet. I don't have to do anything. I don't hear no kids. It's just me and you. 9 times out of 10, that first night, I'm going to sleep.
Come on, man.
Because we are exhausted if you know how much we do. And not
Stop
only
doing it.
How? Those are my kids.
Bruh, but you married to somebody, right? Those your kids. He knew you had kids when he got married, didn't he?
Right.
All right, so if he knew you got married, if he knew you had kids when you got married, all right, cool. So now they're not necessarily my kids, but I got a responsibility. I got a responsibility as your husband, to make your life better. All right, she got kids.
I mean, I agree, but that's not how it works.
It's not how it works because now I'm
the
on
divorce.
Now
I'm divorced now, so apparently I saw the.
Why are you divorced? But now I'm on my Steve Harvey now. You should have known that before.
He was great with the kids, but when he was in his funk, those were my kids.
But
That's what I'm saying. But even as a mom, mom did way more than dad did with us. Way more. Mom gave dad a space to travel for work.
But that was communicated. Listen here, baby.
I get that.
You stay home. You ain't gotta go to work no more. You stay home. All that financial stuff, I'm gonna take care of that.
But mom was still,
So of course you're gonna spend more time with the kids.
But
mathematically,
But imagine dad. Dad would come home, jet lag, you know what I'm saying? And the first thing he would do was eat and go to sleep. He wasn't like fully ready to go because he had been doing all of this stuff around the world, you know, his job. So imagine if he feels like that. Imagine what the woman feels like when she's here taking care of all of that stuff. She's exhausted. She's tired.
Listen here, man. All I'm saying is,
I think communication is key.
Yes.
Communication is absolutely key.
So wrap it up. Communication is key. Go ahead.
So, I thought you meant wrap it up.
No, bro. Come on, bro.
No, communication is key on both ends, on both sides. I think that you need to make sure that you are sensitive.
Okay.
To each other's feelings and their needs. Mm-hmm. You know, I get it. We go through a lot and we don't. Like sometimes I'm like, don't even touch me. You know what I'm saying? But for
I need a code word or something.
pineapple. So,
Cause you can't, cause we're not gonna guess that. We trying to show you some love and affection, and if you gonna snap, I feel like you gotta understand that you're going through things also.
right,
And
that's
I
why
don't
I
know.
said be sensitive to each other's needs and wants, and you
No,
can't.
but what I'm saying is women be snapping, bro. Like if you having a bad day, you on your period or whatever it is. Y'all still call it period these days, right?
Yeah.
All right. So if you know what I'm saying, I didn't know, and I come in and I'm trying to show you some affection or whatever, and you snap like, bro, don't even touch me. Why you? Now I'm offended because you could have came at me a little bit differently.
But that's what I'm saying. You have to be sensitive. So there's a way to argue. There's a way to communicate. And I think once you take the attitude out of it. Now, sometimes you might get a little snap here and there. But then that's up to the person who snapped to be like, babe, I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to do that like that.
I got a rule. You can have an argument and you can want to snap, but you can't snap from the first word. You can't, because I show up and you mad at something. You could be mad at something that I did, but I don't know it yet. That's an ambush. You can't do that. Like, you got to at least build up to the snap.
But that's what I'm saying.
Then
so,
you can snap.
So dating, that's what, before you have the baby, I would hope that that was a thing.
I'm talking about in a regular
that's what I'm
argument.
talking about.
I don't care if you got a kid or not. I'm talking about.
But that's what I'm saying. Dating, like mom and dating, and I'm not trying to keep comparing them. But mom was like, "Listen, I don't want no man to curse. I don't want no man to drink. You're not gonna yell at me like that." Mom was not taking all of that. So dad knew kind of his boundaries, like his rules for engaging with mom. So he don't come at her sideways. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can see the little snap back a little bit, and mom quick with a good snap back. But at the end of the day, it's how they end it, how they talk about it, and finding the love in that argument. Like, I was married, and this man called me everything but a child of God. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying not to, but you pushing me to that level. Okay, now gloves off. We going at each other's throats. I don't want that. That's not love to me. You understand what I'm saying? It's not love to me. So you have to love this person enough to say, one, what's wrong? How can I fix it? What do you need from me?
But you talking about.
That's on both sides.
All right.
It's on both sides.
Be fair. That's all I was saying.
What is it that you need from me to make your life better? Right? What can I do to help to make your life better? And that is up for her. If she don't say it, hey, that's it. Gloves off.
You lie.
If she don't say it, then that's her fault. Now, I ain't saying she has to say it in that moment. Give her a moment to think about it and let her come back and say something.
So she can snap,
Keep
kick you out
the no,
kick you out the house, call you all types of names. Then when you come back 2 days later and she say sorry and it's all good.
Now, I ain't say so.
Not fair.
No, I said you could ask the question, "What do you need from me?" And she said, "You know what? Okay, give me a second. I'll come back to you with that one." Now I have processed it. I know what I need. What do I actually need him to help me with? If that's taking the kids to football practice or baseball practice or whatever, so I can go to work and I can just come home and cook dinner. Or, hey, can you take them to the park? I just need a nap. Be sensitive to what she needs and let her be sensitive. She has to be sensitive with what the guy needs.
I agree, 100%. Now, will everybody do that? Absolutely not. And that's... But you should.
Yeah.
You should. So,
I mean, it sounds good, but
it ain't that hard. It's really not that hard.
But emotions run high, and the first thing people do is get angry, and you have to be able to.
You wanna know why?
Take a deep breath, woosah, for a moment. Just walk away for just a moment, and then open up about it.
And I'm gonna try to close with this. I feel like you said that people get angry, right?
They do.
And I feel like that's because, I feel like y'all gonna hear me talk about expectations a lot. And that's because people have these expectations and then those expectations aren't met. That woman is angry because she put an expectation out there. She had an expectation for that man and he ain't been meeting that expectation. It ain't just today.
I'm guilty of it.
Right. So when she gets angry, she's angry because of something that happened that she did a long time, not a long time, but it could be a week ago.
Right.
Whereas if she'd have just spoke to that man and told that man how she was feeling and what she wanted from him, whether it was something that he could have done or not, if she'd have just told him what she was feeling,
Right.
and what she wanted, what she needed from him, then that could have opened a dialogue where that could have been resolved a long time ago. So when it gets to that point that she's angry, and that's when we like, all right, listen, I don't want no problems because I don't want nobody put no hands on nobody. Now I feel like that could have been prevented. I'm not saying it's all women's fault, but when it starts with, oh, she's just pissed off, and I'ma just leave. She was pissed off a long time ago.
Yeah. Like, I don't agree with the whole happy wife, happy life. I think both of you have to be happy to have a happy life.
And you both have to understand how to be happy on your own to then be happy together. But that's just my opinion. You don't need me to be happy. You need to be able to be in your own space and be happy without me. You need to be able to be happy on your own. And then once together, we'll just be even happier.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, y'all. This episode was sponsored by
Someone.
I'm joking. She got me drinking wine, man. We getting sophisticated out here. But yeah, we're gonna close it out now, man. So yeah, so women, y'all gotta communicate, man. Men, y'all gotta empathize a little more. Y'all gotta understand. Don't be an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like, women be going through some things.
You're so aggressive. Jeez.
I'm a truth speaker.
I get it, but you don't have to be so aggressive. See, that's the problem. Aggressive. Go ahead.
The problem is aggressivity? That's not a word.
No.
What's the problem?
Aggression.
Aggression. Yeah. That's not the problem.
No,
Yeah,
I'm just saying, even the way you saying that, like, don't be an idiot. Like,
bruh. People respond when you just give it to them straight, when
Okay.
you beat around the bush. So don't be an idiot. Talk to your wife or talk to your lady. Talk to whoever
be
it is.
sensitive. Be a little
You ain't gotta be soft.
understanding.
Sensitive
but
sounds
be
like soft.
no, it's not. Be sensitive. Be aware. Be a little more understanding. She had a baby. She's trying to be the best mother she can be, and that gets a little heavy sometimes. So
Yeah, there it is. So as always, man, y'all like, subscribe, send this to your friends, and because it helps us out.
And I hope we helped you, young lady who had submitted the question.
Yeah, that's what we here for, man. We help us. We just help us out in the world. So yeah, man, another episode down, man. We'll see y'all next week. Hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure y'all subscribe to the video, and we out.
Bye, guys.